Charlie.
Hey, how are you?
You know. Okay. Yeah, Ben, go in with Grandpa, please. I need to talk to Uncle Charlie. How are you doing?
Good. I got done in Miami now. So, traffic is $10 and 50 cents around the HOP lane.
I know. The other day, Dad and I were riding, and it said $9.50. That is insane.
That is crazy. Like, what do people do?
Yeah, I know.
Like, you start after paycheck going coming.
I've been busy with the kids. We're now at Wendy's, and I'm bringing in food at my house because she's going out with her friends. It's a little confusing, and I was going to stay here till almost midnight until she got back. And there's no way, because, you know, I cold, I want to make some friends, and I can't get it done. I have to do that.
Right.
So, I wrote a letter to a friend of mine, and, you know, I'll call her tonight. So, I'm going to take the boys now back to the place and get them dinner.
No more nonsense.
No.
Good. Well, I think you're doing the right thing.
So, I honestly don't know.
I don't know. Listen, I mean, you never know if you're doing the right thing.
Yes. I don't want to start something with a friend of mine that I maybe sorry I started. But
No, I got you, but there's also, it's one of those things. It's like dentistry. Like, until you, if you had a crystal ball, you'd know if you should do the root canal first or just take it out and do the implant.
Right.
And you don't have a crystal ball. And what happens is you do the root canal, and then the canals, I should not listen to that time. I should just time with the implant. And then sometimes you do the root canal, and the root canal works. And then you go, I'm glad I saved myself. And these are the things, you don't have a crystal ball. I mean, that's the bigger problem, but you're not doing anything wrong.
No, I know. I put your shoes on, please. Dan, I put your shoes on now. Yes, you need to.
By the way, I went by the ATM earlier, and they only give out 20s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, let you know.
But anyway, so what else is going on? You got two little monsters running around.
I got enough. Yeah, there's a lot going on. We just came from the park. We had a play date with Lorenzo and Stefania. I thought she was going to be there to help me, but she got called to show a house. So I was there with the boys, and then Dad came along a little bit later and helped me. And so we just left. It's a long walk. Took like 25 minutes. I mean, as an adult, you can do it faster, but Lincoln doesn't walk that fast, and he's hot. So it took like 25 minutes to walk from the park back to Wendy's. We get here, and her elevator's out. She just walked up 4 flights of stairs.
The boys must have loved that.
Yeah, they're okay with it. Okay, you're all set? Shoes on, please. Shoes on.
How's Lincoln doing?
He's good. He's just tired.
Is Ben listening better now, or is he still like?
Yeah, actually, no. Actually, he is. He is.
So I was down there with Adam. Do you know how long it took me to get to his office in Coral Gables? It was 57.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
I figured traffic midday is terrible.
I live closer to South Beach than I would if I lived in Coral Gables.
Yeah, I know.
Isn't that the craziest thing? Like, you think that, like, if I moved to Coral Gables, I'd be farther from you guys than if I mean, because you look on the map and it's like, say, 3-4 miles away. It's maybe 5 miles tops, 4 or 5 miles.
That was afternoon traffic.
Nope. And I'm talking like there is no time in traffic soon. In the morning, it's rush hour. I figured like, 1 o'clock, I'll zip over there. It was packed. And then at 4 o'clock is rush hour.
Yep. No, I know.
So I went there and we ordered food, and it was taking forever and ever and ever. And then the delivery boy had got into a car accident.
Oh my gosh.
So I haven't had lunch yet.
So you haven't eaten lunch?
No, it's like late to get there.
You know what else? Neither have I. Lincoln, come on, sweetie.
So, you know what? Just
this way, Lincoln, follow Grandpa, please. No, put them together in the car, please. Check them out. Okay, I hear you.
Hear me out for 1 second. Talk to Dad a lot, and just put your head together. Don't just rush, But I think what we talked about is the best thing.
Okay.
I mean, look, but think it through some more. I mean, listen, it's not.
It doesn't have to be tonight, then.
What?
You don't think it has to be tonight?
In my opinion, I think the sooner the better.
Really?
But I would be firm.
Yeah, I will. I already wrote my letter. What's the name? Yes. Like I charge myself.
Yeah, I mean, I would be nice, but firm, because you're being, as it is, my opinion is, I think you're being too nice, and I think it's absolute nonsense.
Yeah.
But it's one of those. That's why it's a one time, and then I mean, and it shouldn't even be any time. I mean, the whole thing is beyond stupid. It's just sometimes it cuts both ways. It's one of those things you don't win any way you look.
Oh no! If I lose you, it's because I'm starting to.
That's always that's what makes the situation more difficult. Is there is no winning.
No, I know that.
I tell you, it's all the time in the office with these patients. I mean,
right. If I lose you, it's because I'm in the staircase. Just so you know.
I mean, some patients in the office, like Dad always says, are such a pain in the ass. Like the best to do is to give them the highest quarter of a treatment plan, so they leave you.
Yeah.
Because the best thing is they just leave you on their own. I mean, it's frustrating, but it's like if any patient came to me tomorrow who was unhappy with the hygiene, and they were like, I'm going to call OSHA, and I'm going to call the Board of Dentistry, and I'm going to call this, and I'm going to call that, or give me $500, I would literally give them $500 to get them out of the office.
No, I know.
And it's because you don't win. Like, even if everything is possible for sterilization, it's still not worth it to have OSHA show up and harass you. Then the Board of Dentistry, just for me to sit and write a letter to the Board of Dentistry, you see how slow I write.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I'd be sitting with you at the computer writing a letter to the Board of Dentistry. I mean, what does make time worth it? At that point, you need $500 to get out. I mean, it's not that they're right. It's that getting rid of a nonsense patient.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you get nothing. But you also
and if it does, right? And if it does, that's great.
Right. And you also don't want the whole family. I want my whole chart. I want them to leave your office. Now we all want $2,000 to leave your office as a patient.
Yeah. Right.
And that's all they know. $20,000 to leave your office. You're like, no, that's the problem with what you create. You got 30 seconds. I'll tell you a quick story of what happened to Darren. So Darren goes in to place an implant on a dentist's husband. He places the implant. Patient can get some numbness from just the injection. Sometimes the patient can have permanent numbness.
Sure.
So the implant was pressing down on the nerve. It didn't cut through the nerve. It was just pressing down on the nerve. So more than likely, the actual numbness was just from his injection. So with that, 2 weeks, he goes up to Atlanta, the same guys that operated on my patient. He goes up to Atlanta, has a $30,000 surgery. Except the nerve was intact. So the doctor's notes all reflect nerve intact, and then patient, basically couldn't have pain, felt no pain, no discomfort, like everything like that. Basically, killed this guy's case.
Mm-hmm.
So in the evidence, essentially, the guy's saying he has no pain, he has no discomfort, he's perfectly fine, basically. Mm-hmm. But the guy was pissed that he lost his case. He didn't have much of a case at that point. And it clearly says the nerve was intact. Okay, so basically the guy just went in there to have an expensive surgery so he could then have a really big claim.
Sure.
But then the doctor's notes killed the whole thing. So he just took the nerve out, irrigated it, and put it back. So he goes and makes another. He says, I felt just the slightest bit of numbness. This is all subjective. So he said, my chin just burns a little. So he goes to Miami and has them do like a nerve graft from the cadaver.
Yeah.
Some guy down there.
Oh, my
well,
God.
after this guy in Miami goes down there and cuts us in his mandible and goes into the nerve under general sedation, then now he's got permanent numbness. The guy fucked up the surgery. So now it's like 1,000 times worse. But you're responsible for the actual event. It doesn't matter if someone breaks their arm from you punching them, and then the doctor goes and puts screws and plates in there, and then they lose their arm. Now you're responsible for losing their arm. So then he goes out to some specialists in California who've done this 3D imagery of the nerve being overlapped by the implant.